Today's Toy Spot, we are having a look at the Hasbro Marvel Legends Juggernaut Wave. We'll be having a look at X-Men member Wolverine. Wolverine comes with the very crucial and the only way that Juggernaut can see where he's going, the much needed head. This is also technically the last figure that you would need if you want to build Juggernaut. The Deadpool we will still have a look at, but Deadpool really is just a side icing to the cake. Wolverine, as well as coming with the interchangeable head, or the head for Juggernaut, also comes with a pair of interchangeable hands. I'm a little leery as to why that claw is bent back the way it is. Hopefully that's not going to give me any problems. Ooh, we'll see. Side of the box, side of the packaging, we've got Wolverine in his classic brown and yellow outfit. I know it's not his original first appearance. Somebody mentioned that in a previous video. It's his classic outfit nonetheless. And featured on both sides, the back of the package shows Wolverine in pose. And a read-up says, virtually indestructible and always ready for a fight, Wolverine's specialty is sending bad guys running. Down below, other figures available besides Wolverine was Kitty Pryde, Iceman, Marvel's Havoc, Marvel's Rogue, Marvel's Phoenix, Cable, and Deadpool. Spot's going to take a break and get this opened up. This actually, I would say, this guy and Rogue and Deadpool were probably my favorite, or the figures I was looking forward to the most from this wave. Does Wolverine stack up to my expectation level? We shall see. Spot's going to take a break and get this guy opened up. Certainly when we come back, though, we're going to get a better look at Wolverine out of packaging. There's more anyway, guys. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. Alright, so just before we have a look at Wolverine, let's have a look at the final piece for Juggernaut. And it is this super impressive head. The head is not removable. I mean, you could remove it, but there's nothing really at the top of his head other than just a big old peg hole. But the face sculpt underneath is awesome. I love the crooked teeth that they've sculpted into it. Let's reach off camera. We'll bring the camera back a little bit first. Reach off camera will bring Juggernaut. Look at the size of Juggernaut versus Wolverine. And then we'll go ahead and plop. Plop's not really the best word to be using, but we'll plug the head into place. And now we've got Juggernaut all set. Can't wait to review this guy. Which I guess you'll have to wait because we're still going to be looking at Deadpool. So it'd be kind of like Wolverine, we're looking at now, Deadpool, and then this guy right here. Alright, so stay tuned for that. We'll put this guy to the side in the meantime. Alright, so Wolverine getting him out of packaging. Yeah, unfortunately the blade is a little on the bent side. It's not even a case of warping it, you know, heating it up and bending it back into place. I might actually have to try to maybe put a little dab of glue or something in there and just kind of bend that back and stick it back into place. I'm sure I don't have to tell you that the more fragile parts of Wolverine are his claws. They don't seem the very pliable, always warped, soft, rubbery plastic that we've seen with previous Wolverines. Instead, these are just, you know, straight, solid pieces of plastic. So if anything was to break on this guy, or bend, or in this case, look like it's going to come off, it would be these claws. So just be a little mindful of that. If you want something, a non-retracted claw Wolverine, you can also get, he comes with 2 interchangeable hands. You just simply take the hand, making sure to watch the claw, that you're very careful with that. And then you can just plug this back into place if you want to have Wolverine without his claws. Now, who would want to display Wolverine without his claws? Anybody? Maybe, I don't know. But for the rest of this review, in all his wondrous splendor, I'm going to keep Wolverine with his claws out. Yeah, these claws sit really loose inside. I want to like kind of bend them back into place. You can even see like the middle claw is wandering off, hanging out with this claw over here. This claw is just a little on the bent side. This side's not so bad. So if you do pick this guy up in stores and maybe there's, you know, several of them on the pegs, just kind of give a good quick look at the claws, making sure that they're not bent. Again, this side's not bad. This side's a little on the wonky side. Wolverine seems short. you know, you're a little right by that assumption. If you put him next to a regular Marvel Legends figures, they've scaled him down perfectly. The smaller Wolverine fits the bill. It's not Hugh Jackman Wolverine. A more classic Wolverine from the comics always had the Berserker in a shorter build, and it fits. I think that's an accurate scale. I don't know how tall Havoc is, but it seems like it's accurate that I do like that Wolverine is shorter. Let's have a look at his face sculpt, and we'll kind of work our way down. More traditional colors here in Wolverine. It's not his original first appearance colors, mind you, but when I was reading X-Men comics in my heyday, which by the way was a Thursday, in my heyday of reading X-Men comics, Wolverine was wearing this outfit. He also was wearing this outfit in one of my favorite X-Men cartoons, Pride of the X-Men, which for some reason he had like a Cajun accent. I don't know why, but I love this outfit. Love the brown and the yellow outfit. For some reason, I just can't get yellows right. I don't know why the yellows seem off, but in the top portion of him, he's got more of a gold yellow, which goes better with his mask. And then lower down below his thighs, he resorts then to a lighter colored yellow. I wish that they were a little bit more accurate to one another, but at any rate. His belt, for some strange reason, is also a loose appliance, similar to like Phoenix and also Kitty Pryde. It doesn't flop around as much. I guess they do it so that you can move the waist and, you know, this stays out of the way. Face sculpt is glorious. It's a beautiful face sculpt for Wolverine. A little slight perturbed expression on his mouth. If they had only sculpted it a little more exaggerated and had just a little tooth or a couple of teeth peeking out from the corner of his mouth, that would have been awesome. But the face sculpt is good, even though he is in his mask. The yellow up at the top doesn't seem a little on the finished side. For this front section, it looks like some of the plastic is bleeding through. Another coat of paint could have gone a long way. Other than that, paint's pretty good on the figure. I don't really have negatives to say about the paint. I suppose, now look at me saying that. There's nothing I would pinpoint as a flaw, and then watch me then proceed to point out a flaw. His bicep is a different color. His forearm and his bicep are the same color, but it's a different color to his shoulder. His shoulder has more of a warmer peach color versus the lighter color in his forearms area there. The undersides of his feet have been sculpted in nicely as well. A good figure. Small nitpicks. Small nitpicks. Spot's not bombarding this guy with negativity. He does have, for the most part, top to the bottom, head to toe, he does have more pros than cons. The only cons I can make about the figure, as QC issues, that this one, like the claws, this one claw specifically, but the claws in general need to really have been fixed better. Again, I might just take some glue and kind of straighten those out. Paint's always an issue, yellows especially, they don't always gel. I wish the yellows were a little bit better. I mean, and then a little small gripe. A little grimace in his face, a little teeth showing in his mouth could have gone a long way as well. Other than that though, love this figure. Posability on Wolverine, his head does rotate all the way around. He has a hinge up and down, also at the bottom of the ball joint. Up torso crunch, up and down, so you can even have him like a lunging pose. There's a rotation in the waist. This is interesting too. I like that they've given him the shoulder blade crunch. So you can add for additional motion and movement there too. You can have Wolverine kind of lunging forward or, you know, kind of having his arms back. Again, that rotates all the way around at the ball joint there. Is a rotation on the bicep, which rotates all the way around like that. Has a double hinge on the elbow. Has a rotation on the wrist, being careful and mindful of the claws. Then for the legs, forward, back, out. Swivel on the top cut thigh. Double hinge on the knee. Rotation right where the boot, love these old Wolverine boots. Rotate right there. He has an ankle pivot left and right, and a hinge back and forth. We have gotten countless Wolverines. It doesn't seem we get as many Wolverines as we used to. Back in the day, though, we used to got we used to get tons and tons of Wolverines. This might be my favorite Wolverine. You know, looking at like the yellow, the brown and the yellow, or the blue and the yellow. Just trying to think. I'm going through the Rolodex little filing cabinet in my mind. I'm just kind of thinking of all the other Wolverines that we've gotten. Yeah, this might be my favorite Wolverine. Yeah, this might be I'm just kind of reiterating and confirming my own opinion. This might be my favorite Wolverine. The only thing I would fix, though, is the claws, but, I mean, the in-between is either you have them as rubbery plastic that warp, or you have them as a solid piece of plastic that you're always kind of adjusting. Again, a little bit of a QC problem for at least my figure. I don't think it's going to be for every Wolverine, just fixing the claw. Other than that, though, a spectacular Wolverine. Definitely my favorite. I'm going to put this guy on display. I'm also going to put the hand back into place. I will put this guy out, I think, as my definitive Wolverine, just as a personal favorite fan of this color. This Wolverine is awesome. This also finishes up our last figure for Juggernaut. Now, before you say, Spot, what about Deadpool? You said Deadpool too. No, we're doing Deadpool too. Don't worry. But this is the last figure, technically, that you needed to build Juggernaut. Today we were looking at the Wolverine with a weird, wonky claw. Certainly stay tuned, guys. Like I said, last figure for Juggernaut, but we're still going to have a look at Deadpool. Then we're going to have a look at the Build-A-Figure Juggernaut, so stay tuned for that. Today, though, we're looking at the classic brown and yellow costumed Wolverine. And thanks for watching, as you always do, guys. I'll see you next time.